Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. In this video we're going to take a look at the Cardano chart and the Bitcoin chart, and we can see that the whole market is recovering a little bit. Pretty much like anticipated yesterday in my video where I said that I think we're coming up once more before we see a much further drop. And exactly when everybody's getting too bullish again, that we are going to then see another drop. So I'll be very careful at the moment with buying. Personally, you need to know what you're doing, of course, and I won't give you any financial advice. I can't do. I'm not a financial advisor, but I can only tell you what I see in the charts. And also that scenario, if I talk about that, which now is a little bit bearish, please don't think this will happen 100%. For me, it's the most likely one now. It could turn out the other way as well. And I know nobody really wants to believe that this is going to play out, and I don't want to believe. I'm very, very happy here to be wrong. I'm very happy to admit that I'm wrong, and absolutely if I'm wrong. And just want to prepare you for this scenario for Bitcoin. But before we start, some good news have come out, obviously, that the testnet for Sunday Swap is starting today. That came out a few days ago. I talked about it on this channel here, the Sunday Swap testnet. But just a reminder that this will launch today in the evening of today, EST. So I think in my time zone, that's somewhere in the middle of the day. So that'd be great. I hope everything goes well. I wish them the best of luck. It's a great project, and I can't wait for it to really go live and support the Cardano ecosystem. And bear in mind, it's only the testnet, but it's an important step, and it will put some pressure on other projects, and also it will mark a great start for a lot of DEXs to come out and a lot of DApps. There are already some DApps out. You can see the massive ecosystem here. We need more and more projects, yes, but I think more and more are being launched anyway. And if you want me to look at some of these other projects like the NFTs, for example, I'd be very interested in that, because I start to look into NFTs already now generally. But if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. Overall, good news with this project going live today as we're in the testnet, but still very, very important. So they worked hard and good marketing and supported by IOHK as well, which is great. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, in my view, the most likely scenario now that we come down in an A, B, and a C. Basically, the assumption is that we came down too far here to really get a reversal here. And my view is that we come up now in a wave B into that target range before we come down in a C. Why that target range? Well, first of all, we go here from the top all the way to the low, then we see the retracement levels. And we can see that those retracement levels, need to adjust that a little bit. Those retracement levels lie around the around the yellow target box. So just need to, I think it's moved a little bit, unfortunately. So that box is lying between 56 and 63K. We could possibly already turn around here at 53K. Just bear that in mind. So I might make that a little bit larger just to make you aware of it. This is where I would expect the price to go into now, into this range at some point here, when everybody's getting too bullish, maybe around the 60K mark, that we would then move back down. And the 60K mark here is a perfect retracement for a wave B. It is the it's a 0.618 fib level, where I think we could really move around and get down further, because we have seen an impulsive move down now. We're going to see we are seeing a retracement into to the upside, and I think we're going to see that this is going to happen also in 3 stages here, probably, because this would be a wave B. So within the wave B, you've got an A, B, and C. So bear that in mind. It might take a few days to get that, maybe even a couple of weeks, but depending on how impulsive and how strong the market is actually moving. For a wave B, this is looking good. A wave B is normally just a correction of a preceding wave A. So what you have here in the end is a trend that isn't going too strong, or it's not really a trend. It's basically just a retracement from that previous wave A, which came down really strong, really impulsive. And the wave A is always impulsive. So that's what we're doing here. An impulsive move down, and now we're just correcting this, and this could take a moment to get into the wave B. I already know what's going to happen. Above 50K, news come out, right, we're above 50K, we're getting to 53K, right, we're back in the bullish range. 55, 60K, yeah, we're going to go into new all-time highs, and that is then when maybe Elon Musk will put a tweet out, you know, everybody's getting super bullish, and I think then we are going to rush down further. I am so happy to be wrong in this case. I'm very happy to be wrong. I think everybody would be, but I just be on the side of caution here, and I think this is now the most likely scenario. Spent a lot of time yesterday on the charts. This is for me definitely the most likely scenario. I just want to prepare you for that. I talked about this scenario becoming live when we were up here. I didn't say it will happen, but I said if we drop below 53k, which was a key support level. I think that red line has moved. That should have been at 53k. So if we drop below 53k, then this scenario is going to start for me, and that's why I stick with it now, because the bullish scenario for me is now not active anymore. I know a few people, you know, people use different sort of analytics and different indicators and so on, but I'm not sure who else is using Elliott Waves and still says we are bullish. I can't find a way of interpreting this in a bullish way anymore. So yeah, this is my view, and in the end we'll see where we are going to land. Just want to give you a little bit of a different perspective here on this channel. I know a lot of you appreciate that, and I did say yesterday that this level here in wave B could be a level to get out of some trades or positions, possibly even in profit, or at least with you know, not too much harm, before we then come down further. And again, if you plan to sell in this area here, don't do it because of me. Do it because you think my argumentation makes sense. My argument makes sense, and you need to come to your own conclusion. I'm not telling you to sell. I myself, I'm not sure if I'm going to sell in this area as well, because I believe in crypto in the long term. I have a lot of them staked, but possibly I will take some positions out just to be on the safe side. And then if we should, for any reason, we really go through this level here and get to new all-time highs, I might actually buy back in, because if I see then that this is turning around and is actually becoming impulsive for whatever reason to the upside, then I might go back in. Depending on what I see in this yellow range, and I'll keep you updated anyway. You know, I'll keep you updated anyway. But this is for me the most likely one. So I expect a retracement here till wave B, and then we see an impulsive continuation down into this target range. By the way, this target range here, the wave B target range, is between 53k and 63k, so quite a large range. But I actually think it will probably start here at 56k and end at 63k. I don't think we'll get to 63, to be honest. I think it will land somewhere around 60k. Yeah, and then wave C continuation to 30k or even below. Unfortunately, that's the 1.618 extension of the wave A, which is 1.618 extension, which is what can be expected. Cardano, a few questions I had. What is Cardano going to do if Bitcoin is doing this? I tried to explain it yesterday in my video, actually. I tried to explain it yesterday. I think in a recovery that is happening at the moment, Cardano should recover as well, possibly getting all the way up to 170, 180, maybe even $2. That would be quite a bit up to $2. I don't think we get to $2, but then if Bitcoin from there, for example, from 55k, is going to drop to maybe 30k, then Cardano has a lot of buffer, and I hope the $1 will hold, because if the $1 hold, then this bullish scenario on the chart would not be invalidated. That would indicate that in a wave 2 we've come down to the beginning of wave 1, which would not be a disaster. It would be quite far down, but it would still allow us from here in a wave 3 to continue up, and the wave 3 is the longest and often the strongest wave, not always the longest, but typically the longest wave to the upside, where we would then land in around $4, $5. Now, to be honest, I don't expect that now anymore for this year. It's just taken too long. Elliott Waves don't give us time frames, unfortunately, but I did expect originally the bull run, as probably everybody else, by the end of this year. Now it has been delayed. To be honest, it's a good thing to have another bull run delayed, even if it doesn't look like that. But if you now had to rush, make new all-time highs and maybe 100k in 3 weeks, this would just lead to a massive blow off top, and it would just mean, not only for Cardano, for Bitcoin as well, it would just mean massive sell-offs after a blow off top, which I think nobody really wants. We want a stable foundation. We want Bitcoin to hold these levels. We want Cardano to hold these levels, and we don't want a rapid rush to the upside for all of these cryptos, because then they fall further as well. I think that is very important. Also, if we have an extended bull run, this can lead to higher prices. Why? Well, if you take a look at the Pi cycle indicator, I did mention in previous videos, if on the Pi cycle indicator we go up too far, we get this crossover of the moving averages. That historically has always indicated the top of a cycle. And if that takes longer, then it will take longer for these moving averages to cross, and we can reach higher levels, maybe even 200, 250K. But this is only happening if the bull run is going to be extended, which I think it will be now with the latest ABC correction. And I wouldn't worry about this. I don't personally think that this is the beginning. Even if Bitcoin comes down again, and even if Cardano comes down to $1, I don't think this is the beginning of a new, bear cycle necessarily. I think we're going to see another bull run. I think Bitcoin can get there, but it needs to do this correction now, I think, because we've entered it. And for Cardano as well. I mean, I did expect a turnaround in this yellow target area. Now with the latest Bitcoin move, it is becoming less likely that we actually get a turnaround in the yellow target area, even though not impossible. But as I said, we can theoretically come down in a bullish scenario down to $1 before we turn around. And yeah, I just hope we hold the $1 level, because if it doesn't, then we have to talk about different scenarios here. It would be quite bearish then for Cardano. Because we go below those previous lows. You know, we had massive lows here at $1, and that just needs to hold. And I think it can hold. If Cardano does a recovery now with Bitcoin and some other cryptos, where Bitcoin maybe can go up another 10, 15, maybe even 20%, and Cardano could do the same, and then we come down once more in that C correction for Bitcoin, that will drag Cardano down as well. Most likely it will. And overall, I think we can see that Cardano is now starting to do something similar like Bitcoin. On the ADABTC chart, you can see how this downtrend. So in this downtrend, I did tell you before, in this downtrend, Bitcoin was outperforming Cardano. And now this downtrend where Bitcoin is outperforming Cardano is slowing down. And I still expect here a turnaround soon. We have to change the pattern here. Now it's more looking like a descending channel. But at some point, I still expect a turnaround here, because it happened so many times in the past where Cardano will then outperform Bitcoin. But we have to be honest with each other, and really see how this is now looking, because in the past we had this trend line. Now we did break the trend line. Then we were in a descending wedge, a bullish pattern. Now this is changing a little bit. So it's not looking that bullish anymore for ADABTC, unfortunately. So we just have to acknowledge that. Still though, we can see on the daily a bullish divergence here still on the chart, which makes me confident that at some point ADA will start to outperform Bitcoin again. But it is, as always, when something happens once, twice, the third time it might happen differently, because too many people expect it already. So yeah, we just need to have a bit more patience. So everybody expected it, or I did also, to turn it around here at the trend line. Now we did go through it, then we have to react. Showed you that slowing down of the downtrend, and it's still slowing down. You can see that here, still slowing down, but again, it's taking longer. We can still see the bullish divergence on the chart here, which also makes me confident that at some point here we see the turnaround. But again, it just takes much longer than anticipated, unfortunately, for Cardano to outperform Bitcoin, but it will happen. I'm quite confident about that. As always, when Cardano starts to move up, and it did, you know, on the ADA chart, we had this little peak here. Then Bitcoin comes down. Unfortunately, it always happens for some reason, and we tracked it. Honestly, we tracked it on this channel. Whenever Cardano was going up, without Bitcoin going up, then Bitcoin dropped even harder. It's unbelievable. It really happened various times now, and I'm not making this up. We tracked it on this channel. Whenever Cardano went up and Bitcoin wasn't, then Bitcoin dropped hard further, and it pulled Cardano down. I don't know why it is. It doesn't really matter, but it happens. So that's what I expect for Cardano and for Bitcoin. So hopefully you liked that update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. For everyone who's interested, today there will be a live stream at 700 UTC for every channel member. If you're interested in becoming a channel member, please click on the join button next to the subscribe button, and then you will see what is actually included in the membership. I'd love to have you on board. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.